Off with this. Y'all good? By the way, as we move on, the XXXtentacion trial sentencing just happened. I'm gonna see if I could get it. See if I could get the sentencing. Here we go, people. Here we go.
Swear the testimony you're about to give.
All right.
On the roll. Because the court case does bring at least closure to this chapter. And I sometimes tell the relatives and friends and fans of those who are murdered, subscript. A stainless steel slab that's attached to the wall. That's your bed. And next to it is a stainless steel sink and a stainless steel toilet. That's the furniture that you have in that cell.
Damn.
You'll spend every hour and every day and every week and every year of your life in that cell. And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning and you'll have passed on. And only on that day will you have served your sentence. A jury of your peers having found you guilty of murder in the first degree with a firearm and having discharged that firearm and having that firearm
He's a shooter.
discharge result in the death of Chasse Parole, this court will sentence you to life in Florida State Prison with credit for 1,732 days already served. As to count 2 for the robbery with a firearm, which was discharged, and causing death, this court will sentence you to life in Florida State Prison with credit for 1,732 days already served. Both counts carry with them a 25-year minimum mandatory.
Yo, one thing about Florida, man, they don't give a fuck. They gave this nigga life on 2 counts. The judge roasted him and then said, you get life, but we're going to credit you for 1,000 days. What does that even mean?
Count 2 will run consecutive and not concurrent with count.
Damn! 2 life sentences, man! Even if you die and you wake up, you're still back in there, nigga!
1.
He gonna have time to work on these little waves.
And both counts will run consecutive and not concurrent with your sentence in case number 1316428 CF 10A. The court cost prosecution will be reduced to a civil lien. You will have 30 days to appeal. Thank you. Court will be in recess.
Damn! Let's see what they roasted the other nigga. Here we go. Oh, this is the Dedrick Williams nigga. This is a nigga that had the lawyer sending people outside my crib waiting for me to testify. I ain't gonna.
A person who had any measure of human decency or remorse for killing someone would not likely be seen dancing around and filming themselves with the stolen money. How proud you were of yourself. You should understand that while you were dancing on that bed, throwing down those bills, you weren't throwing money down on the floor. You should think of that as you tossing down the days, weeks, and months of your life, just like that.
Got him!
Like so many pieces of paper. The very next day, when you went to spend that blood money on sneakers and jerseys, you revealed to the court the value you place on the human life that was taken. Just a pair of sneakers to you. Dedrick Williams, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of murder in the first degree and robbery with a firearm as a principal. As to count 1, this court will find you guilty, adjudicate you to be guilty, sentence you to life in Florida State Prison with credit for 1,000.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You see this nigga? You know, he's the one who killed X. This nigga is cold-hearted, man. This nigga is cold-hearted, man. You can see he cold-hearted, man. He looking over the other nigga like, let me see if he, even when the nigga getting sentenced, you know, he nodding all through his shit. He looking at this nigga to see if he gonna cry. He's cold. This nigga right here is cold-hearted, bro.
752 days already served. Count 2.
Nah, he ain't crying, but you see that?
Sentence you to life in Florida State Prison. Credit for 1,752 days already served. 2 counts will run concurrent with each other. There are standard court costs of prosecution. I will reduce those.
Nah, he crying. He crying. Got him. Amar, we not banned from Twitch, man. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Amar Nazir 98, you're not banned. Twitch will be back in 2 weeks, brother. And Nurse Richie, we'll be back in 2 weeks on Twitch. Don't you worry. Holy.
Both you and Mr. Newsom should understand that life sentences are necessarily life without possibility of parole because we do not have parole in Florida.
God damn! There's no parole in Florida?
Mr. Boatwright. You turned a robbery into a murder. And on that day,
he don't give a fuck.
Stood there and fired that weapon. You didn't just end one life. You effectively ended 5 lives, including your own. Like I just said, you need to understand that when we say life in Florida State Prison, that means life. It is necessarily without parole. Florida abolished parole. You know, as the song says, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Oh shit! Yo, the judge a demon. You can kill yourself now. It's cool. Damn. Yo, the judge told him he could check out anytime, but he ain't finna leave. That's bars. Yo, the judge is barring these niggas up. Yo, I had no idea that life means life in Florida. Oh my God. By the way, I don't know if the judges noticed, you know, the cameras are zoomed in on these guys. This guy's demeanor during the whole trial, during the whole process, has been smug, has been, yeah, and what? That nigga dead, I'm not. That's his whole, like, he don't even look like trying to be remorseful. Other than wearing that little lame-ass turtleneck he kept wearing, he never looked like he was sorry at all. And he was the one who pulled the trigger. That's why I think the judge giving him these bars. Let's keep hearing.
You will spend the rest of your life in prison. From here, you will go and be placed in a cell that has a stainless steel slab that's attached to the wall. That's your bed. And next to it is a stainless steel sink and a stainless steel toilet. That's the furniture that you have in that cell. You'll spend every hour and every day and every week and every year of your life in that cell. And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning and you'll have passed on.
Damn! You're gonna die in that cell. And the moment you die in that cell is when you're gonna leave. God damn, this judge is crazy. Well, not crazy, but like.
only on that day will you have served your sentence.
He says, only when you have died will you have served your sentence. Jeez. Yo, he's basically telling this nigga, like, this is the only way to get out of this. You gotta go, when you go back to your cell, start planning, gang. Like, if you trying to serve your sentence quick, damn.
A jury of your peers having found you guilty of murder in the first degree with a firearm and having discharged that firearm and have...
Hold on, let me look at the other dude. Yeah, this guy right here. He probably gave this nigga some bars too. Here we go.
And know that he has left a mark on this earth that cannot be stolen or murdered because it will continue forever. Mr. Newsom, you, sir, are a perfect example of why we have in this state a felony murder rule. I'm pretty sure, having sat through the trial, that you did not wake up that morning and say to yourself, I'm going to go kill somebody today, or I'm going to go and hook up with people who will murder someone. But you did go for an armed robbery. And what happens is that when you take a firearm and you rob somebody, you're telling the world, I'm going to take something that doesn't belong to me by force. And I've got deadly force.
I'm going to be honest with y'all, chat. I've been looking and observing this nigga's face for the whole entire trial. I think his only regret is that he ain't snitched first. This nigga look like he want to tell. I'm going to be honest with y'all. He look like he want to tell. He got that little moon face. He just look like, yo, bro, why am I here? Like, he look like he want to tell. I know the look on a nigga face when he want to tell. Trust me. He want to tell. But somebody beat him to the punch. He look like he want to tell. Just look at his face. He don't look like he look like he want to tell, bro. He looked like he might even raise his hand like, yo, Your Honor, I could solve another crime. Like, could I get out of here? Like, he looked like he want to tell, bro.
And I'm willing to use that deadly force and able to achieve my goals. And even if your intent at that moment was only to rob and not to kill, who can say that the death of the victim is not a predictable and foreseeable outcome of arming yourself and confronting the person? That's why we have the felony murder rule.
The driver is not sentenced with these guys. The driver is going to be sentenced separately. And what's being recommended is that the driver do, I believe, 5 years. So Robert Allen, the snitch, he's going to do 5 years. I think it's 5. Or it might have been 5 after the time served. So it might have been like 8. So pretty much in the next 5 years, and the driver, it's going to be recommended that the judge gives him that time. And by the way, the way how that nigga was snitching, I think the judge is going to go by the recommendation of the prosecutors and give him that time. So everybody else look like they're going to die in a jail cell. Maybe they give this guy, because he looking like, man, I only went for a robbery, man, judge. Like Dedrick Williams, he did the planning, so there's no help for him. He's going to die in prison. The other nigga pulled the trigger, the tall one with the smug look, he's going to die in prison. Him, you know, obviously they could, you have people who testify for you and to try to make it seem like you're not that bad of a guy. And hopefully they could say, well, the severity of what he did, he never agreed to that. Judge, be a little bit lenient on him. Let's see if he's going to get life as well.
You are a textbook case. During the trial, at one point, you lashed out at Robert Allen for being a snitch.
Oh, never mind. They're going to sink his ass too. Oh, I forgot this a nigga who was getting on the fat dude's ass for snitching. Oh, yeah. You intimidating a witness, nigga? Oh, hell nah. You going to die in jail too.
I think your anger is misplaced. If you have any anger about what's happening here today and what will happen to you for the rest of your life, beyond anger that you should have with yourself, perhaps your anger should be directed behind you at your co-defendants.
Never mind. I seen you start doing that little twist in the chair. He on some shit like, yeah, nigga, get it on with. Never mind. I thought there was some like, yo, damn, please spare me.
The ones who
He looking like he's numb to this shit.
selected the target in this case, and the one who turned a robbery into a murder.
Yup.
They're the ones that you can thank for your predicament beyond your own actions. Failon Newsom, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree with a firearm and robbery with a deadly weapon, a firearm. This court now sentences you on count 1 to life in Florida State Prison with a 10-year minimum.
Throw that key away.
And credit for 1,704 days already served. On count 2, I will sentence you to life in Florida State Prison with a 10-year minimum mandatory and credit for 1,704 days already served. The 2 sentences will run concurrent.
See, now you see, he was trying to look a little meek at first, but once the life came down, you see he just kind of like, fuck it, nigga.
With each other. There are standard court costs of prosecution, which can be reduced to a civil lien. You have 30 days to appeal. Mr. Williams, you are the perfect example of why we have a law of principles in this state. When you engage in criminal acts with others, you bear the responsibility for your collective actions. It was you who picked the target in this case. You went inside Riva Motorsports to confirm the identification and what was there, and then you went back out and sat in the vehicle. Now, while you may not have left the vehicle and you may not have brandished a firearm or fired the fatal shots, you are as guilty as they are because you are an essential part of that crime. Without your actions, it would not have happened. Additionally, I don't look at the way someone behaves in court. Courts, for sentencing purposes, court's a stressful thing. People react to stuff differently. But there are things that I can look at. And I can tell you this court is shocked by your behavior after the murder. A person who had any measure of human decency or remorse for killing someone would not likely be seen dancing around and filming themselves with the stolen money, how proud you were of yourself. You should understand that while you were dancing on that bed, throwing down those...
Yeah, this nigga, he don't give a fuck. All right, we pretty much got the whole thing. Wait, my bad. I think after they give this guy I think they go for recess. They ask for recess, but something else happened.
Cost prosecution will be reduced to a civil lien.
Here we go.
You'll have 30 days to appeal. Thank you. Court will be in recess.
Tax cost report for each defendant. Is that going to be placed? Oh. I thought it was on. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind.
Fingerprints for all of them. And did I get you score sheet? Did I get all that? I need all this stuff, all the prison paperwork, restitution orders.
Right now.
Right. There's no restitution, right?
Yes, there is, but it's not, there's the
You want me
amount.
to order and reserve?
Yes.
Order and reserve on the issue of restitution all cases. Order and reserve on restitution
Whose family is this?
on all cases.
Okay, but we have prints already, Judge. I just have.
No,
Nah, they look like they got let down. They must be cool with these niggas.
not for you. Oh, we did print them, didn't we?
Yes.
additional prints. I printed them when I adjudicated.
I think we got one person.
Or maybe they're the victim's family though. Wouldn't they let the victim's family out first? There's still some more people in here.
Your Honor, can you please also form all of the mandatory fees, the DNA fee, the firearm fee? I'm going to submit an order for all of the things, including the taxing of the cost. But as part of that, I'm just also asking that to be part of it.
Standard court costs, cost of prosecution, I said, which will include BSO lab fee for firearm in one case, and any other costs will be assessed and reduced to a civil lien.
All right, so they're getting them niggas out of there. There it go. There it go. There it go. Wow. Even though I think anybody who loves X is happy that these sentences were given down. It was life in prison given to everybody. Very sad ending. Very sad ending. That boy been lifting weights. That nigga a little buff. He been lifting weights in that bit, ain't he? All right, you have a lot more time to do that thing. Go ahead, boy. Anyway, very sad ending to this whole situation, man. Even if you feel good that, yes, justice was served, we still don't have X. And these brothers will never, ever be free again. Sad. Sad. Yeah. The right thing was done, man. I wonder why is he in red? Why is he in red? I think he might have been on some other shit where he had some prior case from when he was a juvenile. Which honestly, he was the most. I wonder what they really think about each other. You know what I realized? They don't talk to each other at all. They look at each other a good amount, but they don't really. I don't know if they communicate at all. I wonder if. Oh, he laughing. Oh, he chilling. He can't feel no type of way because he planned this whole shit. This nigga right here. Yo, chat, do you know what mentally that probably does to you when you have to stomach and you have to come to terms with that your family and loved ones who probably came to the sentencing, they're walking out and they're free. And anytime you're not in that facility, which is going to be eventually, they're going to go back to wherever, they're going to go back to Broward County Jail. Then they're going to get moved to a permanent prison. If they're not at that prison, they're going to be completely in handcuffs and shackles for the rest of their lives. That is emotionally and mentally something that gotta be fucking with anybody. Unless you're just a deranged psychopath. Like, freedom is one thing that when you have it, you don't think about. But, like, to even think about how these dudes are gonna be living, it gotta be, like, fucking torturous. Salute to my boy Drill. He say, yo, the crazy thing is your family do the time with you. I don't know if any of these guys have kids. I don't know if any of them have kids. I'm not trying to, like, go too left with the streaming shit, but, like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, after the judge told me that and be like, yo, the only way to get out of this sentence early? yo, how do you plan life after that? Like, while walking in, how do you plan life? Like, how do you how do you have something to, I feel like life becomes fulfilling when you have something to look forward to. You need hopes and dreams and aspirations. And even for somebody who's locked up for 10, 15 years, from what I hear from those individuals, is that they're always looking to the date when they get out. When there is no date that you get out, what do you look forward to? What do you live for? Why do you still maintain yourself? What? I don't know. Damn. All right. Rest in peace to X. Jeez. And it's kind of ironic as we talk about that. Somebody who's about to get sentenced, I believe, in the next 4 or 5 days. Taxstone. If you guys don't know, Taxstone, his sentencing is coming up for